Plague Tale Requiem is a cinematic action RPG with an emphasis on the feeling of survival. It has a really strong story element, and it delivers the similar feeling from The Last of Us of feeling that really strong level of desperation as you progress through the game. A Plague Tale Requiem is a sequel to Plague Tale Innocence, which is set during the spread of the Black Plague in France during the 14th century. It's fine to play this game without having played the first game, but playing the first game will definitely add to your experience with this one. Requiem switches between story segments where you are left to explore and have some fun interactions with NPCs in your environment, and more serious and grim encounters where you will be fighting for the survival of the game's protagonists, which is quickly demonstrated in the game's first chapter. You are given many options to deal with each encounter. There is an emphasis on stealth, but aside from some set-piece encounters, you are able to play passively or aggressively and are left to decide which equipment you'll want to upgrade as you progress. The game features a basic but interesting experience system where some of your abilities will improve depending on how you decide to get through each encounter. Controls feel good, and you don't need to be a Twitch shooting god to be able to hit something with your sling, as there is a generous auto-aim. The narrative experience of this game is phenomenal, and I haven't felt this attached to characters since the first time I played The Last of Us, which is honestly the only game I feel like I could compare this game to. I was struggling to say which one is better out of the two, and P.S. I bloody love the soundtrack. So while I feel like I could pile praise on this game all day, there are some things that I feel like we can improve. When enemies get close enough to attack you, a short cinematic plays as they make their strike. This causes problems for me as their strike range seems like it's a little longer than you might think, and so you'll probably get caught out by it a few times until you get used to it. It can also mean that if you mess up and you're caught close to two enemies, you can get trapped by them and locked into dying. So I feel like some kind of cooldown or a lowering of the range would be nice and might fix this. The game seems to have some kind of hit or miss feature with ranged attacks. While this is satisfying when we get to use this against enemies, sometimes when enemies are firing at us though, and the spear or arrow clearly misses, it can feel a little bit cheap to still take the damage. In conclusion though, this is an amazing experience for those who enjoy cinematic game. It has no multiplayer, so the frugal among you might wait for a sale, but the game is already cheaper than most at around £40, depending on where you play it, and is also available along with its prequel on Xbox Game Pass, so anyone with a PC or an Xbox should absolutely get this sooner rather than later.